probably the preseason MVP, I would say. We got Carson Steele, the preseason MVP. The guy who went from RB4 to potentially RB2, judging to see what happens with a CEH, potentially be on the NFI list. He's still dealing with the PTSD. So Carson Steele looked amazing against the Jaguars, looked amazing tonight against the Bears. Deneric Prince never really showed up tonight. There's a big game for him. 3 carries, -1 yard. Yes, not all his fault, but at some point, 2 preseasons, you got to show us something. Last year, week 3 preseason, Michael P. Ryan took the job from him as far as being that RB3. But Carson Steele stole the show this preseason. And, he's going to be he'll definitely get some touches during the season. And, especially he might be the RB2. So what did you guys think of what you saw in the running back room?
I was going to say Steele. I mean, where does he rank on a rookie? If there's a rookie power rankings right now for the Chiefs, he's pretty high on that, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
No question. He's up there. I mean, I'm looking at someone on Twitter's list right now, and I probably agree with it. You got Worthy, Kingsley, maybe Hicks, and then Steele, right? Impressive, man. He looked great. I made that. I said he looked like LJ on that run. He didn't have that kind of speed, but he looked. He broke like 3 tackles on that run. He looks like the guy who's like I said, I think last preseason game, the combo of the CEH pass catching and the Pacheco mashing. He's kind of like, I think the closest you can get to a middle between those two that we're going to have. I think he's a good. I don't think his pass catching's been highlighted at all as much, but I think he can do it. But he definitely has it between the tackles to save those Pacheco shoulders, especially Pacheco looking a little lighter. Went down a size in his jersey. You can save him in short yardage. If Pacheco ran a lot that series, you bring him on a 3rd and 1 or a 4th and 1, man. He's a hard runner. I think we lucked out in getting someone like that, and another steal for KC with either late round or undrafted running backs.
Yeah, man, without a doubt. I mean, he solidified himself on this roster. Like you said, just depends on how CEH is feeling, what they're going to do with his designation. He's been impressive and get it inside to cut it up a little bit. He's made some guys miss and run over him. Very impressed. Very impressed. That this game right here, believer. I was a big believer. I was like, he's obviously they're going to try to get him on, fit him in, and see where he was going to be at. I don't think he was a bubble guy. I think, they was looking to see like, okay, is he going to really get some real time? That was a question. And he's proved that. He's proved every single bit, taken every opportunity and made the most of it. And he's a guy that can run like somebody said, Peyton Hillis, or look, Mike Allstott, right? Allstott had like nimble feet. He could get in and make guys miss. He run over guys. That's what Carson Steele is giving. And I love it. You need a guy like that. You need a guy to get north and south if he's returning the ball, north and south. Don't dance. I was disappointed in Prince because he's doing a whole lot of finesse. Like what Carson Steele displayed is what I thought I was going to see Prince display. A little bit more power, a little bit more explosion. He tried to run over a guy, and he just didn't run him over. He got bam, and dude hit him, and he dropped. And I was waiting for it. When he was hit, I'm like, he's going to run over his joker. And it was like, no, you ain't going nowhere. This is where you are. It's where you hit. That's where you lay.
Steele's looks like a natural football player out there. It comes really easy to him, right? When he has the ball in his hands, it looks like he just knows where to go a lot of times, right? Other thing I was going to say about Steele real fast, he's got that Pacheco in him where I think he's going to get like 3 yards every time at least. Like he falls forward and he takes contact really well. That's one thing Pacheco's so good at. Pacheco doesn't get that 1 to 3 yard. He gets at least even his not going very far, it's like 3 yards. He picks up positive yardage every time he has the ball. It's good to have 2 guys that look like they can do that every time.
Yeah, absolutely. put them two in together, man, and for short yardage, you give it to either one of them.
Yeah.
So, no, I love it. I love just having that option, that ability. You know, when you have another runner like that, can go get the first down if you need it.
Especially when you have a quarterback who can't get sneaks.
They ain't gonna do it. He can get it. He can get it. They're just not gonna run him. That's
Yeah, no way. It's over, man.
I wonder how many times he's asked the coach, like, come on, man, I can do this. Come on, man. Let me go. I can do this. No.
I'm sure that'd be a great question for him, right? If I ever did get to interview Mahomes, like over under 20, 30 times that you've asked to sneak it.
Yes, right.
Let's see how many times have you actually tried it before? Because I'd love to know.
I bet he's like,
many times, but it's okay.
Yeah, I bet he's like all the time. You know, and he's not going to do it. He's just not going to do it.
Yeah, I would even maybe. I'll tell you what. If they're in a situation where it's like 4th and 1 in the Super Bowl game, I think they might do it. I think you might see that at some point. Like, because I'll tell you what, that is not on a scouting report anymore. Like, that is the last thing anyone will expect us to do. They'll expect like the snow globe play before they expect the QB sneak. We're talking about how like rare and crazy it is, like that Mahomes will just never sneak again unless it's like a 4th and 1 in the Super Bowl with like 1 second left on the clock, and no one will expect that.
Yeah, we had the one where he fumbled the snap and then took it, and I ran for like 12 yards in the Jets game. I remember. No one was expecting that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, okay? This is me, right? JD's opinion. I didn't see enough of pressures from my guys up front, other than Karlaftis, and obviously we know we're going to get from Chris Jones. Other than that, cover look a little bare, man. I didn't see enough of the pressure and the clawing and scratching to get back there to the quarterback. I seen this stat they were saying that I forgot where we were as far as like the pressure zone and sacks, team sacks in the league. We were one of the top ones. But this preseason, in my opinion, I didn't see enough. I didn't. So,
yes. So since we're talking the D line, you wanted to see some so far. The beginning of preseason, you want to see a little bit more from FAU, first round pick from last year. In this week 3 preseason game, did you see what you wanted to see, JD?
I wasn't thrilled with it. I wasn't thrilled with it by no means. Does that mean that I'm down on that he can't get there? Not at all. I think he's still there trying to figure everything out. And so I just didn't see enough. He was getting to where he most wanted to be, and he just couldn't get there. So, no, I didn't see enough. I just didn't. But I'm hopeful. Marcus, I'm hopeful, okay? I'm hopeful, man. I'm hopeful that he gets home and he looks at himself in the mirror like, what the heck's going on? What are you doing, okay? Maybe shake him up a little bit. Maybe time to get to him. Like, oh, man, what are you doing out there? I told you, some of your moves not going to work, right? So time will get him together, okay? Selling him down a little bit because he's kind of like that, guru, to get a guy's mind together, okay? He got 2 weeks. 2 weeks, man. But
pass rush whisperer.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah.
So the Mr. Miyagi of pass rushers.
Right. You got to come in. FAU got to come in and see Karlaftis and Tomba wearing, a bandana, with the little.
Yep.
But you kind of talked about like the interior guys, right? So obviously edge rushers, we know we have Karlaftis. At some point we'll have Omenahu this season. Mike Dana, who produced really well last year. So the edge rusher, yes, we would like to see FAU step up a little bit because he can play a little bit of inside and outside. But yeah, we have guys on the edge to kind of make up for stuff while Omenahu is out. The interior, which we've talked about plenty about the D tackle spot, and Chris Jones not playing in this preseason highlighted the lack of not having somebody else. And tonight we saw Derek Nottie play to like late in the third quarter, and I had to do a double look because there's some guys who have there's some jersey numbers that have there's multiples of them. And I saw 91. I'm like, that can't be Derek Nottie. I'm like, no, this is the guy gonna be starting next to Chris Jones. And lo and behold, I see Derek Nottie. I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, this is like, I'm not trying to knock. These are NFL players, but we're late third quarter. This is like the JV of the Chicago Bears going against the starting, D tackle for the Super Bowl champions. Some of those guys in the Bears probably won't even play the NFL, may never play again in the NFL. Derek Nottie is a starter for us, and he's getting pushed around, stalemated, not doing anything, not moving at all. And it was like, holy crap! Like the opposite D tackle next to Chris Jones. We talked about it all offseason. We wanted them to draft another guy. It's a major issue, and I'm not trying to say, oh man, we're not going to be well this year. I'm just saying, like, there's not another guy to step up with Chris Jones, and if Chris Jones gets hurt, that product that we saw this preseason, that's what we're more or less going to have if Chris Jones is not out on the field, and that's scary. What did you guys make of the other D tackles who were out there tonight and just in general through this preseason?
Go ahead, Tej.
I mean, I said it earlier. It's the fear of cornerback is to not become Chris Jones and the guys, and that's pretty much what it is. And maybe that kind of plays into maybe FAU when he's staring at the mirror. He's like, "You'll be all right. Just wait till Chris Jones comes back. It's a lot easier to rush the passer when Chris Jones is back." So maybe that's what he needs. It's a little adrenaline rush with CJ next to you. I'm not going to overanalyze Nottie coming back or playing that late for the same reason. I guess I'm not going to overanalyze Watson playing that late. It must be just shaking off rust and doing a little extra conditioning. I hope. Who looked worse in that game? That's a good question, right? Nottie or Watson? Yeah, I mean, it is what we already knew it to be. It's Chris Jones and the guys. If Chris Jones goes down, maybe that's what we're saving the money for, in case Chris Jones ever goes down. It's rough. So just stay. There's a reason why Jones hardly saw the field or didn't see the field at all. So, just to keep him healthy.
Well, I think he was trying to get in shape. That's the reason he played all the way through, because he's only been out there. It's been 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks for him. So we had to think about the offseason. Same thing with Jalen Watson. Neither one of these guys got to really play. So then when I'm talking about they're out of game shape, they are out of game shape. And I could see Watson, I think, caught the cramp, but him getting up, walking off on his own, that joker was just spent. He was just spent. You could see he's like, how you just get up on your knees and you sit there like start contemplating life, like, okay, dad, God, I'm a little tired out here, right? Trade just come out like, what hurts? And you like everything. My ego, my back, knees, everything hurts.
My neck and my back.
So let me just get up and just walk this thing off real quick, okay? I'm a little tired right now. Y'all got some oxygen on the sideline? Yeah, we got a little bit. Okay, let me get a little bit.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.